Welcome to Whiskey's a Journey. My name is Peter Fossano. Today's Friday. I have another Battle of the Bottles coming at you. If you're not familiar with this segment, what I have is 2 bourbons, scotches, American whiskey, Japanese whiskeys, rye, I don't know. I put these samples together for some reason or another. I put them in my sample pool. I just randomly drew them. I pour them. I'm going to nose them and taste them and rank them in the order in which I like the most. Before I get going with this, just a reminder, I do have my May giveaway going. The rules to the giveaway are in the description below. If you stick around until the end, I'll get into more detail. But let's go ahead and get going. I'm going to start on my left, work my way right. I'm just going to smell them and taste them. And I can tell you right now, these smell extremely dark and rich. There is a chocolate, vanilla, tobacco note, oak coming out of these glasses. They smell very sweet and very good. When you first pour a whiskey, do you get initial hints of anything even before you start sipping on it? Because I do, and I can tell you, every once in a while when I do get this kind of note, my mouth just waters. This is telling me that it's going to be delightful. I hope I am not disappointed. So let's go ahead and get it nosed a little bit more so I can give you some more information. Vanilla, oak, caramel, brown sugar, a little bit of cherry. Comes across as a little bit of like a vanilla ice cream sundae. A little bit of chocolate on it, all sorts of sweetness. A lot of dark, rich flavors are coming out of the glass. It smells fantastic. Can't wait to get it on the palate. Cheers, everyone. Oh, that is fantastic. A little bit proofy. I can feel heat in my chest and my mouth. All the vanilla notes are coming through. Good amount of oak, cherry, vanilla, brown sugar, caramel, all those traditional bourbon notes. I'm guessing this is going to be a bourbon. I would be shocked if it's not. There is a concentration of flavor that is right up my alley. Sweet, spicy, chocolatey, a little bit of sweet tobacco, pretty intense. And as it's sitting here, those flavors are just elevating and the finish is just going on forever. That's really good. I like that quite a bit. And I'm hoping I put this matchup in here because these are both of my favorite whiskeys. That's phenomenal. Let's go ahead and get on to the nosing of glass number 2. All right, very similar notes, not as intense. A little bit more subtle, maybe more rounded. It doesn't pack the punch that the first glass had. Good amounts of vanilla, a little bit on the sugary sweet side. Good oak, caramel, brown sugar, vanilla. It's a miniature version of glass 1. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing on the palate. Oh my gosh, that is good as well. A little bit of a bite to the alcohol, a little bit of a bite or a bitterness on the side of my tongue. All the flavors are a little bit tame compared to glass number 1, but everything that's in glass 1 is also in glass 2. I'd say it's a little bit lower proof, and it might be a little bit more spice than glass 1, but they're pretty equal in the amount of sweetness. Both of these are right up my alley as far as bourbons go. And again, I'm saying I think these are bourbons. This is intense. It's flavorful. It's punchy. This is more well-rounded. All the flavors are there. It's just not in your face as bold as glass 1. These are both exceptional. So what I'm going to do now is take some time. I'm just going to speed this part up. I'm going to go back and forth, take a little bit of notes, so I'm not forgetting anything, get a better comparison, speed it up, and then when I come back, I'll have my final decision. All right, I have a decision, and this is going to be a mood-based decision. I can drink either one of these at any time, but right now, what is striking me the most is glass number 1 on my left-hand side. I wrote down that this is an assault on your senses. It's intense, it's dark, it's rich. The only thing that glass 1 has over this one at this moment right now is there's a little bit of a sharp note on the nose, which kind of blocks a lot of the stuff off. And then when I mean it blocks a lot of the stuff, it blocks a lot of the subtleties off on the nose. I do believe glass number 1 is more subtle. It's well-rounded. The nose, based on the ethanol level, is a little subdued, and I'm getting more on the nose with this. But flavor on the palate, like I said, this explodes. It's an assault. It is flavorful. It's dark. It's rich. It's brown sugar, oak, vanilla, cherry, sweet tobacco, rich, smooth, silky chocolate, as opposed to subtle, well-rounded, a little bit of oak. It's drying just a little bit, but the brown sugar, caramel, and vanilla, all of those notes that I'm getting here, with the exception of the cherry, are also here. They are both delicious, but at this sitting right now, I'm preferring this glass. So let's get into it and find out what it is that I was drinking. So in glass number 2, and I just have these little stickers down on the bottom so I can kind of keep track of what it is. So glass number 2, on my right, I was drinking Russell's Reserve 13. Okay. This is now more than once that the Russell's 13 has been beaten out by other bottles or other samples. I've done some blinds in the past, and on its own, knowing what I'm drinking, I really do like the Russell's 13, but it doesn't seem to be doing very well in blinds. So glass number 1, what beat Russell's 13 is going to be, okay, this is the ECBP C923. That explains a lot. This is a crazy bottle, a really good tasting bottle. And like I said, the one dominant characteristic that I can say about this is intense, flavorful, dark, rich, a little bit sharp, but it's a fantastic pour. So the ECBP C923 takes this battle. Let me go ahead and grab these 2 bottles, refresh my memory on some of the specifics, and we'll get going with the rules to the giveaway. All right, so the C923 was over here and the Russell's 13 was here. The reason why I put these in the sample pool is because I believe they are both 13 years of age, which is verified on the side of the bottle someplace or on the bottle. 13 years, 7 months, 133 proof. Obviously, this one is 13 years old, and we are looking at 57.4% ABV or 114 proof. Definitely, you can tell the difference between the two with their proofs. This came across as a little bit hot, and like I mentioned earlier in the video, this was a little bit more well-rounded, a little bit more subtle, and I think you can pick up on the nuances of the flavors that are in the glass instead of it all just being like right there in your face and being very, very intense. Still good, but intense. When this bottle first came out, I ended up paying $89.99. I ended up picking up 2 bottles. I got one of them at Trevor's, and then the other one I stumbled upon at AJ's and ended up picking 2 bottles up. One of them is in my closet, unopened, and it is a different batch. I know there's some, people out there talking about the batch numbers on this. The one that I don't have open, I believe, is an earlier batch. I don't know the barcodes themselves, so give me a second really quick. This one is A221314338. I don't know what that means, but if that makes any sense to you, that's the code. And then the Russell's Reserve, taking a look at the code on this one as well, which I have terrible eyesight. I don't even know if I can find it. This looks like it's LL-LE10130, and there's a date on the bottom, 2023-05. I don't know if any of that makes sense to you, but at any rate, that is the code on each of these bottles. And if I haven't mentioned it already, the Russell's Reserve cost me $154.99. Now, as far as the giveaway goes, if you are interested in winning either of these bottles, this is basically how the giveaway is going to happen. If you feel like supporting the channel, you can donate any increment of $5. Every $5 is going to get you 1 entry into the giveaway. My giveaway will go all the way through the month of June. I've got a pretty busy schedule. My brother-in-law and I are going over to California, and we're participating in 2 KCBS barbecue events. So I have a pretty hectic month of June. So I'm just going to keep this May giveaway opened all the way through June 26th at 11:59 p.m. I'll announce the winner on the 28th of June. This has to be U.S. participants only. I can't ship overseas. You have to be 21 years of age or older to win, and you have to be able to verify your age somehow, some way. You can get in touch with me if I announce your name as the winner on June 28th through Instagram. I have an Instagram account under the same name, Whiskey is a Journey. You can just DM me there. And I do believe I have my email address posted in the description of this video, so you can also send me information there. And as far as the donation goes, underneath the video, there's a little heart with a $sign in it. And if it's not there, I think there's like 3 little dots on the side of the video. You can click on that and it'll show up. I think it's called a super thanks. Click on that icon and it'll just run you through the process of the donation. And as far as where to donate, you can donate any amount on any video in May. That way I know that you're entering into the May giveaway because you are donating to a May video. And if you're interested in a June giveaway, you can donate any increments of $5 in any video in June. And I think the most important part is, what are you going to win? If you are selected, you can go and you can choose 6 2-ounce samples of anything that I have covered in the month of May. And the same goes for June. If you donate for the June giveaway, you can do the same thing. If I end up getting a significant amount to offset the cost of the 2-ounce sample bottles and shipping, I will probably do 2 spins of the wheel to give away 2 of these samples. And just to let you know, if you donate additional amounts, you have an opportunity to win twice. So I just want to throw that out there just in case somebody does do something like $20 and I spin the wheel twice and that same person is selected twice, they get the option to select 12 2-ounce samples. I think the only thing left to do is blend these two. Let me grab a Glencairn and get this thing blended. All right, so we got the Russell's 13 on my right, and then the ECBP C923 on my left. Let's get this thing rolled in the glass and see how this blend turns out. It's oaky, it's a little bit of cherry, good amount of ABV, a little bit dusty or musty. It smells like it's going to be pretty drying on the palate. So I'm guessing that is a woody note, an oak note that's coming through. And the stronger the oak to me implies that it's going to be pretty dry. The notes are not as intense, so I'm getting a little bit of ethanol, and that ethanol is covering up the chocolate, the vanilla, the brown sugar, the caramel. And I just think the oak is dominating everything else. But let's go ahead and get this thing on the palate and see what it tastes like. That does not have nearly the intense flavors that either one of these had on their own. It is oaky. It's a little bit bitter, a little bit tannic on the side of the tongue. Not a blend that I would suggest with these two. So I'd be interested to hear from you in the comments down below. Have you blinded either of these before? Have you had either of these? If so, which one did you like the most? Are these releases that you look forward to every year? Are they readily available? Are they allocated in your area like they are in mine? And do all those things that YouTubers ask you to do. Like, subscribe, share, turn on that bell notification because I produce videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That's all I got for you today. Wherever you're at in your journey, I hope you're enjoying it. And till the next time, we'll talk to you later.